Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
We changed the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that.
And that means it's time to rise and shine, people. It's Friday, but it's a holiday weekend, so we're not really working today. I mean, we may be going to work, but we're not really working today. Okay. Will everybody agree with that? Okay. No, it's a holiday weekend. Nobody's working. Okay. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why the boss just didn't give everybody the day off, because you and I know that nobody is working today. Now we showing up, okay, but we ain't doing much. Good morning to everybody. Hope this day finds you well. It is a Friday. I don't normally here on Friday, but since I'm gonna be off Monday, I thought I'd, you know, give you guys my presence until the weekend comes, because I'm not working on Monday either. Okay, I won't be here Monday either. So anyway, good morning to you. And this time of morning we always do the same thing. Okay, same thing. We got to do our daily bread. We do our daily bread, and things like that, because it's important to know what you believe. It's important to know where you've been. It's also important to have some direction to where you go. So right now, though, our daily bread, that's how we start things off around here, just because you've never listened before, or seen, whatever the case may be, because it is one more day, one more on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of us. And I always say the first thing you should say every morning is thank God for this day, because this day, like all the other days, never been. So we'll be back right after these messages. That's not a message, but it is a message. It's called our daily bread. All right, now hang loose. We'll be back. With your warm embrace.
Welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. Today's reading, titled Knowing the Father, was written by Con Campbell. According to legend, British conductor Sir Thomas Beecham once saw a distinguished-looking woman in a hotel foyer. Believing he knew her, but unable to remember her name, he paused to talk with her. As the two chatted, he vaguely recollected that she had a brother. Hoping for a clue, he asked how her brother was doing and whether he was still working at the same job. "Oh, he's very well," she said, "and still king." A case of mistaken identity can be embarrassing, as it was for Sir Beecham, but at other times it may be more serious, as it was for Jesus' disciple Philip. The disciple knew Christ, of course, but he hadn't fully appreciated who he was. He wanted Jesus to show them the Father, and Jesus responded in John 14, "Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father." As God's unique Son, Christ reveals the Father so perfectly that to know one is to know the other. If we ever wonder what God is like in his character, personality, or concern for others, we only need to look at Jesus to find out. Christ's character, kindness, love, and mercy reveal God's character. And although our amazing, awesome God is beyond our complete comprehension and understanding, we have a tremendous gift in what he's revealed of himself in Jesus. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from the book of John, chapter 14, verses 8 through 11. Philip said, "Lord, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us." Jesus answered, "Don't you know me, Philip, even after I have been among you such a long time? Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, 'Show us the Father'? Don't you believe that I am in the Father, and that the Father is in me? The words I say to you, I do not speak on my own authority. Rather, it is the Father living in me who is doing his work. Believe me when I say that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. Or at least believe on the evidence of the works themselves." Let's pray. Father, throughout Scripture and throughout history, people have mistaken you for someone else. Even today, people fail to connect the character of Jesus with you. Please remove the scales from our eyes so we can see you clearly. Remind us of Jesus' words in John 14:9 when he said, "Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father." Help us to see you today, Lord. Thank you, Father. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All righty then.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread.
We got that. We good. All right, next up, we are salute our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. Did I forget anybody? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Well, anyway, it's close to it. We'll you know what I'm talking about. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine.
Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail, and those big slugs go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter marching all about, and those big slugs go rolling along. For it's high, high in the field artillery. Count out the numbers, now let's count. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and wherever you go, you will always know that those big slugs go rolling along. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, hail to the fall. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. Through howling gale and shot and shell to win our victory. Sandberg Marauders is our guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready to or die. I Coast Guard, we fight for you.
camera thing right there. Anyway, good morning. Hope everything's all right. All right. All right. All right. You know, I was thinking, there was trouble last night. Trouble, trouble. Oh, let me see if I can. I'm gonna see if you guys can figure out where this happened at. Okay, forget that. Let's see where the. Okay, where did it happen at? I'm gonna show you guys this, and let me see if I can get it here. Okay, I can't seem to find it. Somebody said it that sitting here thinking. Okay, now I want y'all to see this right quick. Then I'll tell you where it's at. Okay, now do you know where this is? Now this was last night. Do you know where this is? Okay, another fight. Now you know what this is, right? You know, you see all those nice machines back there? See, some of them done lost all their money. Yeah, somebody done lost all their money. Okay, anyway, you see, that is why when I run for the House of Representatives, I'm gonna have the gambler's card. Okay, that's right. You can't gamble unless you got a card. That way, you know that you're gonna be broke, and the state's not gonna help you. No welfare, no food stamps, no nothing. If you want to go out there and spend all your money, okay, and get broke, that's on you. You got a right to spend your money wherever you want to spend your money. You really do. Okay. Oh, you want to see it again? Okay, there it is right there. See? Okay. Oh, now he's running back to fight. Okay. They're running back to fight. Okay, like that's gonna get the money back. That ain't gonna get the money back. Okay. I'm just saying that ain't gonna get the money back, brother. I understand. I don't know. It must be. Listen, it must be something in the water. Okay, it's got to be something in the water. That's all I can tell. There's something, like Ronald Reagan said. There's something going on in time and space that's just bad. Okay, that's just we are out of something. We're something's wrong with us down here in America. I think sometimes we got a little bit too much freedom. You know what I'm saying? We got too much freedom, but you do have the freedom to be an idiot if you want to be one. Okay, so I ain't mad at it, but that's why I don't go out there. I mean, I've been to the Porch Creek Indian thing. I've been to the casino maybe 3 times in my life. I lost $20 one time and I never went back. Well, I did go back, take other people out there, but I didn't go. I always walk in there with no money. Okay, and again, every once in a while, somebody wins big out there. Every once in a while, but let me tell you something. The house is never going to lose. Okay, they are in the business of making money. Okay, they're not in the business of giving you money. They're in the business of making money. Okay, so I don't know why it is that people so and they're so confused when they lose out there. I mean, that just doesn't make sense to me. You know there's a possibility that you're going to lose. I mean, you know that. I mean, and if you don't know that, then you probably ought not be out there. Okay, everybody loses out there, and every once in a while, after you spend $100, you will hit a $25 jackpot, or after you spend about a couple $1,000, then you win a couple $100. Okay, I understand that. Okay, that's just the way it goes. I know that, and if you don't know that, then you ought not be out there. Okay, the chances of you winning out of one of them machines is not very good. It's possible, but it is not very good. So now, if I had any advice to give, it would be set out there for a long time and see which machine is getting a lot of people to set at it. Your job is to set out there and see which machine is making the most money. And then if you just gotta play that machine, because now it's going to collect a lot of money. It may throw you a little something here and in there. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it may throw you a little money or something like that. But yeah, but in most cases you're not going to win. I mean that's not why you are out there. Okay, I mean, that ain't going to happen. All right. So anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. So what's on everybody's mind Okay. Now, great. I'm doing Friday. I'm doing Friday because I'm not going to be here Monday, and I don't want to cheat my customers from hearing my great voice. I didn't want to. I know you guys. When I'm gone, it's like drug a drug addiction. You know, you got to hear what the elk dog is going to say, and so I decided to. Okay, not. I decided to come to work today. Okay, I just decided to come to work today. Okay, that's just it. Okay, that's just all that it is. Um, okay, 521. I should I try to do all this stuff before I get on it before I come on it. But sometimes, man, it's hard getting out of bed. It really is. It's hard getting out of bed first thing in the morning. I mean, I'm so used to sleeping in. Since I don't have to do the radio show anymore. Um, but however, there's some things. There are some things that are bigger than me. And getting up and talking to you folks in the morning, it's bigger than I am. Okay? Okay, it's bigger than me. All right. So that's the way I look at it. And that's the way it is. And I'm trying to find the number here to put on the screen because somebody said I never really put the number on the screen too often, which I totally agree. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on there now, and so if you do want to call and give me a piece of your mind, or if you think that you think you're smarter than I am. Now those are calls I like, except from Don. I know Don is not smarter than I am, so but I let him call because it makes a buffoon out of himself. Okay, because he's a hate. He's a hater. That young folks say he's a hater. Okay, all right. That's all. Anyway, good morning to you. Yes, last night as I was perusing the news, the local news, and the local happenings of the community, I understand that a young man was shot. Matter of fact, he got shot about 7 times. And it was at the old McIntyre School, and it was doing young folks football practice. Now, it was not. Let me be clear. It was they used the facilities, but the operators of this thing is not Montgomery Public Schools. So we laid out. It's a league. I don't know who the league is and who's in charge of the league and stuff like that. But evidently, a man comes up to the practice and lays into somebody. I'm just telling you, this gun thing is out of control. I don't know. Do we need to rescind the Second Amendment? I don't know. Sometimes I think we do. I think the only people who should carry guns those who have served in the military. I mean, there's something. People, you have to be able to handle power in order to have it. And if you can't handle it, then you don't need it. Okay. And if your first solution to a problem is grabbing a gun, then you don't need one. And I'm beginning to think we ought to put some restrictions on gun ownership. Okay, and except in times of national emergencies. But I'm beginning to think we letting too many idiots walk around here with guns. We really are. And I know the founding fathers never thought in their life that we become this idiotic in America. They probably thought that we would respect each other so much and love each other so much, except the black people. They didn't think I understand that. I got you on that one. But they probably thought that we were going to be mature enough, brave enough not to shoot the enemy and not shoot ourselves. But obviously that thinking did not work. Okay. Now, today, ladies and gentlemen, to make this worth my time, I'm trying to up my viewership here, so y'all need to call people and tell them to tune in, and not only just to listen, because I'm really not that important most of the time, but I would love to hear from you guys. I'm trying to sell my advertising next month, so y'all need to get some people on here, or else I'm going to sleep in the mornings. All right, so y'all need to get some folks to tune in. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to subscribe or something. I don't really know how to do that. And somebody needs to tell me how to get some stars. It says, Chad put, what do they put on there? Give me the stars, thanks for the stars, but I don't really know what that means. Okay. I don't really know what that means, but okay. I think I don't know. It's something good, I think, but y'all need to do that now. So I feel like staying around here all the time. All right. So, what is the lesson of life today? Well, it is this: no matter how high you rise, no matter how high up you are, coming down is inevitable. Nothing goes up without coming down. Okay. So take notice of how you rise, because coming down is a lot faster than going up. Okay. So don't forget where you came from. Okay. Because it's not hard to get back there. I'm just saying you might want to do that. And the word of the day is adversary. What is an adversary? Well, an adversary is it is a it's an opponent. Okay, it is an opponent. That's what an adversary. An adversary is an opponent. Okay, and so the word of the day is adversary. Okay, word of the day is adversary. It's like the United States and Russia are at least symbolically adversaries. Now, what a lot of people don't understand, don't know, the young group don't know, United States and Russia during World War II was they were what's the word? What's the opposite of adversaries? We were partners in World War II. Now it was a unique relationship because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Okay, during World War II. And so we understand that we wasn't saying kumbaya together and stuff like that, but we were working in cooperation with one another, these two countries. So it hasn't always been like it is now. Okay, and it's a little bit better now than it was back in the day, but it still has some issues because Russia still they got oligarchs and stuff like that, and they still want to control the whole wide world and stuff like that. So, okay then. All right then. The numbers here, just in case you want to give us a call, I think I put them up there before. What's the number here? 521-2963. If you, as a matter of fact, just give me a combo check so I know that it's actually working. So then I'm good. All right, moving right along to other things. Now, there is some people around here doing a lot of crime. Now I heard that crime is down 30%. But I saw that somewhere yesterday. Who's ever given the mayor these statistics? They must work for the city. Okay, but just to let you in on some more news here, an arrest has been made in connection with a series of vehicle burglaries that happened between, July the 28th to the 30th, according to the Montgomery Police Department. DeMarcus LaShawn Rogers, 23 years old, is charged with 1 count of third-degree theft of property, 4 counts of second-degree theft of property, 15 counts of unlawful breaking and entering into a vehicle. So altogether, this one guy is responsible for, let's see now, 419, 20 something break-ins of vehicles. 20. Now that's a night's work just to do one, but this guy is responsible for 20. I mean, why? Okay, here's a question. Do we still got crack out there? Are there people still smoking crack? I mean, I thought crack was gone. Is crack not gone? I mean, I thought wasn't nobody smoking it anymore. I thought it was over. I mean, so I just wonder, are people still smoking crack? Okay, because if they are, that's got to be the only reason why people do all these stupid things they do, because they got problems. I mean, you got to have problems. Most of us don't wake up in the morning saying, I'm going to go out and rob people or breaking people's. There's got to be a better life. Hey, anyway, let me give you the weather outside. It is 70 degrees outside this morning. For the rest of the day, it looks like it's going to be okay. Cloudy with occasional showers this afternoon. High around 81 degrees. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain today, 30%. On tonight, 24% 24% chance of precipitation. Mostly cloudy with a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low of 69. Winds light and variable. Let me see how about tomorrow? How about tomorrow? If tomorrow should get here? Cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy in the afternoon. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Highs around 83 degrees. Winds east northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So for all in all, it looks like it may be a pretty good weekend. Precipitation chance today, 34% this morning. Pollen is moderate. I thought pollen was gone anyway. Air quality is moderate, and UV index is high. Okay, it's high. Now, the high for this day, the highest it's ever been on this day, is 102 degrees. Don't tell me when that was, but it did happen. Okay, it did happen. The low it's been on this day is 57 degrees. Well, actually, 57 degrees. So we're right within the normal ranges right now. Okay, so keep moving on to other things. Anyway, Rogers was identified as the suspect and arrested on Wednesday. He is currently having free food, getting a free cot, and a free place to stay in the Montgomery County Detention Facility. Okay, no additional details have been released. What? I mean, really, what else do we need? Now, you want to hear a dumb story? Okay, now, this is a dumb story right here. This is crazy. A woman out of Louisiana. Okay, now you ain't gonna believe this. Okay, gets arrested. Okay, gets arrested for buying a Lamborghini while getting Medicaid and food stamps. Okay, and this is Nolens. Okay, a Louisiana woman is facing felony charges after the state attorney general's office said she fraudulently obtained Medicaid benefits while generating millions in business revenue. Candace Taylor, and she's only 35, of Slidell, that's a place where they got oil something down there, was arrested on Monday by the LBI, the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation. According to the arrest records, the investigations started with a complaint from the Louisiana Department of Health, alleging Taylor committed Medicaid recipient fraud by underreporting her income to qualify for benefits. So this is what happens when you give something away for nothing. Investigators says, and it's a her, Taylor applied for Medicaid in May 2019 under the alias Candace Taylor, listing a bi-weekly income of $1,900 and no dependent. The application was denied. Less than a year later, she reapplied using the same alias and inconsistent information, the affidavit says. So between 2020 and 2024, Taylor is accused of misrepresenting, concealing, failing to disclose her financial information in order to receive government health care assistance. Now, the woman's obviously making enough money to buy her own. During that time, the investigation says her various businesses generated more, now listen to this, $9.5 million in revenue, according to the multiple accounts under her control. She also reportedly wired $100,000 to an exotic car dealership, okay, and made a $13,000 debit card payment toward a 2022 Lamborghini Urus. Okay. In 2024, 2 months after purchasing the Lamborghini, Taylor allegedly reapplied for Medicaid benefits. At the time, she allegedly reported she only made $2,000 a month. And she failed to disclose the businesses that she owns. Agents also reviewed Taylor's social media, where they found Facebook and Instagram posts showcasing luxury purchases. Following their investigation, the agents secured an arrest warrant for Taylor on one count of government fraud of benefits. Now, again, somebody, Why would you do that? A woman's making millions of dollars. So she gonna lose it all because she wants free Medicaid. Have you ever heard such a thing? Really? Have you ever? I mean, why? Why would somebody do that? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't know. But anyway, people do that. People do those kinds of things, I guess. And it looks like there was a guy from Montgomery who evidently has ran out of places to rob in Montgomery, so he goes to Auburn. Now, Auburn is where the money is. A lot of money in Auburn. I'm with that. So he decides to leave town and go over there and rob them. Which, now listen, I'm not really complaining because it's better he robbed them than rob me. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The suspect wanted in connection to a February robbery and murder case was arrested Thursday by Auburn police and the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Regional Task Force. I know most of those guys down there. Montgomery resident, and I can't even pronounce the guy's name, Mardrekas or something like that, Jawan Lee, 23, only 23, is now facing felony warrants charging him with murder and first-degree robbery. Okay, Montgomery resident Mardrekas Lee, 23, is now facing felony warrants charging him with murder and first-degree robbery. The 33-year-old victim, whose name was not been publicly released, was found in the 4300 block of Golf Club Drive back in February, on February the 15th. Now here's a controversial thing. We all know what happened at the school the other day, right? We all know what happened with those children up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and that's also the state that has a governor who put tampons in the boys' bathroom. That's the one. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. Tim, whatever the hell his last name is, it don't even matter. I don't know. And you tell me I shouldn't run for office? Oh no. Yeah, if this guy can make an office, I know I ought to be able to make one. But let me tell you, people get on me all the time because I'm always talking about this transgender crap, and there's really no such thing as transgender. Okay, no such thing, none whatsoever. No man has ever changed himself into a woman. No woman has ever changed herself into a man. When you say trans, that means you are in travel to go someplace. You're gonna come from one place to another place, and that place is from being a man to being a girl. Okay, it doesn't happen, and people want to say why? Because I'm telling you that if you cannot understand the basic tenets of our species, then my Lord, you don't have a brain. Okay, and that's why it bothers me. So why even have a conversation with you if you don't know that men and women are different? Honestly, why are we having a conversation? But let me digress. To prove my point, the Minneapolis school shooter, his name is Robin Westman. He confessed that he's tired of being trans, and he's not trans. He's been brainwashed. I wish I was never brainwashed. I wish I never brainwashed myself. Okay. He said, I can't cut my hair now as it would be embarrassing defeat. It might be a concerning change of character that could get me reported. It always gets in my way because you're not used to hair, brother. You just like, but here, he's 23 years old, but here's the big deal. Westman, 23. Let me get back to that. 23. Yes, turn the radio down and back of you there.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
All righty. You was talking about the tampons or something in the men's restroom.
Well, we're talking about the guy who put them there. Yeah.
Right. But you don't know why they was in there?
No, I can tell you.
I'm gonna see how smart you are now.
No, they.
I'm gonna see how smart you are.
Because
you got the. Let me break it down for you, dude. You got the stud, gay women. They call themselves the stud.
Right.
that plays the male role.
Yeah.
They go in the men's restroom. Okay, they sag. They had their pants hanging out like the male
And we
and showing their ass and everything like the dudes.
Yeah, we
So
should
those tampons are in there for them since they took the sign down so you can go in either restroom. So they making the feminine stuff available for the women
Mhm.
that plays the stud role. You know.
Right.
Okay.
So we got.
So I had a girl a couple weeks ago told me I was just she did something and I said something and she let me know. I said your boyfriend liked you doing that or something like that. She said I don't date men. I thought I asked you who you dated.
Wait.
That's not important to me.
Wait. Well, okay. Wait a minute. We are the grown-ups. We're the
Right.
We know that men don't have cycles.
Right.
So okay.
But the women play the same role. You haven't been around those stud women, the women that play that role. Have you been around any of them before?
Yes, I have, and I ignore the hell out of them. They're not men.
Oh, I'm saying you need to talk to them. Nope. You need to talk to them. See, that's what your problem is. So you don't talk to people.
They're not men. Wait, no matter what happens,
well, that's not the reason I called. See, that's not the reason I called, dude.
They're not men.
Okay.
They're women. They're still females. Okay, a female tampons don't.
I understand that.
In a man's bath, those women need to go to the women's bathroom.
Well, the men need to go to the men's restroom, but your society say they can do what they want to do.
No, not my society.
Well, if I catch one in the restroom with my wife, I might just be temporarily insane for a little while. I don't know.
Me too. But anyway, so what else on your mind?
But shoot, man, lost my train of thought for a minute here.
Don't take long for you to do that.
The report that comes out every month that Trump fired this lady for the jobs report. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
I had a brain fart this morning.
That's
when does it come? When does it come out? Does it supposed to come out? I thought it was supposed to come out today.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but listen. Those people work for the president. They work for the.
I'm asking you now. Trump been bragging about the jobs before the last time how great the job market was doing. So he fired this lady because the numbers wasn't in his favor. So I'm just trying to figure out. I hadn't heard any talk about it was coming up soon or something like that. I heard he was talking about getting rid of it, because it doesn't make him look good. Kevin, talk to me.
Trump ain't hiring anybody. He firing people.
He bitched about it. And throw stuff against the wall and everything, and kicking cans down the road, and
he's got a right to do that. He's the president.
And banging on trees, and
that's okay. He got a right to do that. He can raise as much hell.
He pitched a fit like a little 5-year-old man, and fired the lady to blame her for that.
Okay,
so I want to see the numbers for this month. See, is it much higher or lower? I like to see that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. With AI, our numbers for
they do what they want to do now, can't they? Yeah. Trump can do what he like to do with it now, huh?
Well, I'm telling
you. Get rid of all the people at the set of a place and everything, and get rid of this. Got Kennedy in there, getting all these people fired, and
do you think
people quitting and everything, and for the Z Center and all that? Cam, what's up with your boy on the roll, ain't he?
Now, do you think that Trump's the first person that got rid of government employees?
Trump on a roll in some of everything, man. He's destroying everything.
Every president has done that, except Biden.
But here's a question for you. Since you're sitting here defending Trump, has your life gotten any better since Trump been back in the White House, sir?
Yes.
Has the prices gone down any for you, sir?
Yes. My mental.
I'm not talking about mental. I'm talking about you living. Have you created living conditions for you in a positive manner, sir?
If you think that the president of the United States,
Kevin, answer the question, yes or no,
is responsible.
Has your life gotten any better since Trump back in the White House?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
In what way? Financially, in the economy, is your economy better?
Well, now
under Trump,
yes, it is actually.
Name a store that I can go to that the prices are the same since he went in the White House.
Well, I don't know what stores you go to.
All of them.
Okay.
Everyone I've been to, I'm gonna use Home Depot for example.
I don't go to Home Depot. I don't really.
See a place where the grocery store, everything going up in Walmart. You go to Walmart?
No, I go to commissary.
Oh, So you don't buy anything outside of the commissary?
No, I don't pay tax on food.
But what I'm saying now, all these get some of your conservative friends to call in who all of you Trump ass like everybody else
Yeah, I
that love him so.
Yeah.
Have them to call in.
Okay.
I know your phone's not working. Can't nobody text you today, sir, for some reason. But
You can text.
have them to call in and tell me how Trump made their life better.
Yeah, I'm feeling
You
better.
know, and as far as financially, able to save a little money because everything went down so cheap because he
Listen,
said he's going to make prices go down day one, Kevin. Day one. It did happen.
I called Tuberville and said, can we make an amendment to the Constitution so this guy can run for a third term? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you guys who was the party, you guys used to be the party that said you didn't want an autocrat or a dictator, none of the above, but hell.
I know what you mean.
You changed your mind, didn't you?
No.
You want somebody to control you, don't you, Kevin?
Yeah.
Damn, boy, I'm disappointed in you. Let me go, man. Somebody else may want to call in.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah. Matter of fact, I got to call Tuberville's office in a few minutes here. See if I can get him on the phone. I out of all the people running, let me get back to this other thing where people ask me, why does it stick in my craw about this transgender crap? Because when you deny science, when you deny God's creation, and now you're gonna think it just absolutely it makes me man enough to go to fight sometimes. Okay. Now Westman, the guy who did this killing up here at these poor children and grown folk, wrote that he regretted being trans and just wished he were a girl. He says, I regret being trans. I wish I was a girl. Okay, well, but he's a guy. Okay, and listen, I got no problem with that statement. There are probably a lot of guys. There have been times I wish I was a girl, So I get, and I'm gonna leave that alone. Everybody goes through that as an adolescent. Okay, I cannot achieve that body with the technology we have today. I can't afford that, he said. The unhinged shooter also expressed feelings of self-loathing. He says, I like feeling sexy and cute, but my face never matches how I feel. Okay, brother, because you're not a girl. I hate my face. Maybe that's why I like furries so much. He said, you can give yourself a new body and face. He said, but I want to be that black face mask on Beyonce's body laughing my butt off, which is something that they wrote. He opened fire on the Annunciation Catholic Church and School Wednesday morning while other students were praying at Mass, killing 2 kids and wounding 18 others before taking his own life. Well, at the end of the day, he did something good, and that was it. Okay. However, here's my problem here. His uncle, his uncle was one of the people responsible for putting forth this trans crap, okay, in Minnesota, okay? A pro-transgender politician, Minneapolis man shooter, Robert West, he's the uncle. In the legislature, okay? So they want to make us all crazy, okay? Former Kentucky State Representative Bob Hellringer claimed he barely knew Robin Westman, 23. And after the lone gunman launched his attack at the Annunciation Church Catholic School in Minneapolis on Wednesday morning, he also injured 17 others. Okay. He was my nephew, and I wish he had shot me instead of innocent school children, even though his uncle helped pass some of this legislation. Okay. Now, the stories are out now that the drugs that you give men or women to try, I'm only saying, to try to make this change is doing something to them mentally. Okay, I'm just what I'm saying. It's doing something to them mentally. Okay, so it is not my imagination that okay. It is not my imagination that something is wrong with this incessant attitude about wanting to be something that you can never be. Okay, there's 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 nothing there's nothing, and what they're saying is that doctors are saying that, and these are what doctors are saying. Because see, my sense already told me that it was crazy. Okay, my sense already told me. But doctors are saying now, psychiatrists are saying now that these things are altering the train of thought of a lot of these people. Okay, so I'm telling. So in our effort to satisfy some political correctness, we are turning people's minds to mush. Okay, and that is why it bothers the hell out of me that we're actually doing things like this. And he said this is not the first case. He said most of these people that do all these shootings lately have taken some sort of funky drug that changes their mindset. Okay, I'm just saying, something. This guy was taking them too, so I'm gonna leave that alone. So okay, so what did we learn today? No matter what you think, no matter what you think, you cannot change your sex or your gender. Some people say that sex and gender is not the same thing, but it is the same thing. Okay, it is the same thing. All right, it is not what goes on in your head. It's what's hanging between your legs that tells people what you are. Okay, unless you're one of those people, every once in a while that happens in our society, you got what's called hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodite is a person that is born with both genitalia. Now, those are the only people that got a right to be confused. Everybody else, no. No, I can understand that thing right there getting you a little bit confused because you don't know, you don't know which way to go. Other than that, though, everybody else, yeah, we good. Anyway, moving right along. Anybody know about the whole controversy with Cracker Barrel? Now, I've only walked into Cracker Barrel one time. I've never eaten at Cracker Barrel, but it seemed like a pretty good old place to eat. From what I understand, the food's good. I'm not necessarily sure. I just walked in there. I love the atmosphere though. It's an old timey atmosphere in there. But evidently, the new person in charge of publicity or whatever she's in charge of over there, she wanted to get rid of the white guy sitting with the barrel outside on and their logo used to be a guy in a, what do you call those chairs that rock back and forth? Yeah, you call them rocking chairs, right? They used to that was their logo. Now they took Mr. White Guy off and just put a barrel there. And they have lost $200 million because they screwed up with the thing. Political correctness is one thing, but man, when you mess with people, and in an effort to try to undo the past, all we do is bring about more chaos in America. That's all we do. You bring out past. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, so now they done lost all this money, and now they've got to make all these. They got to make all of these. What are they doing? All these apologies now. Okay, for a guy on a picture sitting outside next to a barrel. They're losing all this money because some young thing wants to be politically correct because she's going to go out and change the past all by herself. Okay, and she's going to change the past all by herself. She ought to be fired by today. Okay, she ought to be in the unemployment line right now. If I had to cost my business, if I had to cost my boss's business that kind of money, all in the name of political correctness, I'm gonna put that in the same thing I put that I'm gonna put that in the same category that I'm putting the transgender thing. Okay. When you try to undo what is natural, then what happens that, again, you cannot change nature. All you can do is mess with it. And then it always, always, always messes with you back. You cannot change nature. You can screw around with it, but you cannot change it because nature wins every time. Okay. So all you folks out there that think that you can change things, well, have a good day. Have a good day trying to. You can change nature. Have a good time. And every time we mess it up, every time we bother with nature, we lose. We just lose. We just lose. Putting women in combat roles in the military, it'll last for a couple of seconds, but after that, women eventually will find out, well, I'm really not a man. I really can't do man jobs. Okay, I really can't pick up 2 gas cans the way 10 gallon gas can and one in both arms. I really can't do that. It's hard for me to carry that M60 machine gun. Okay, along with a 70. Now there are some women actually that even the 3 women who went to Ranger School. Guess what? The general said they will pass. Never heard that in my life. They never told anybody else that they will pass. You had to go in there, do the best you could, and if you made it, you did, and if you didn't, you get an A for effort for trying. Okay. Okay, I'm not messing with Cracker Barrel, my man. Cracker Barrel's good. I never eat it, but I've been in there. I like it when in there. But again, it's the only place you can get what in the world is Watkins liniment? That sounds like something for old people. But I'm just saying it is a. Oh, was the ASU play last night? I didn't know that. Well, congratulations there. They gave UAB all they could handle last night in the football game. I didn't know they. Okay, wait a minute. Alabama State finally got a quarterback that can actually play quarterback. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, because it's hard supporting the loser every year. I mean, when I got here, who was the guy that was the coach in '91 of Alabama State? Markham. Anyway, they was a pretty good team, but since he left, they just not been. And then they got rid of the one guy who went back to Virginia, wherever he's from. I thought was doing a great job. Okay, yeah, but I'm not. Okay, well, hey, congratulations, Alabama State University. I assume they didn't lose. I assume they didn't win. Well, sometimes it's how you play the game. It's how, and according to this guy right here, evidently they gave them all they can handle. So they okay, because UAB has always been a pretty good football team up there. So if Alabama State hung with them, outstanding. That just means they're getting better. So we appreciate that. Okay, I don't know who the quarterback is, but we'll see if I can get the coach. See if I can get the coach on the podcast one morning, on the show one morning, and talk to him. Yeah, because that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do. All right. Well, thank you for giving us that information. I don't know what the score was, ladies and gentlemen, because he didn't tell me that. But outstanding. And listen, I'm not messing with Cracker Barrel. The woman is messing with Cracker Barrel. Okay. She tried to change the logo. Wow. They both did some good scoring there. The score was, okay, you've been 52 to 42, but hey, listen, they was rolling. That's the kind of game out. They was okay. Maybe they only lost by 10 points, a touchdown and a field goal. That's cool. But they were okay. That's good. Good. All right. Now that gives me hope for Alabama State. Okay. So maybe, I mean, I've been so used to wearing Notre Dame stuff, but maybe I'll. Now you do know I just got
one more thing before I let you go. You just said something about didn't you say this lady tried to change history?
She tried to undo history.
Undo history.
Yes. So
that's really now that kind of contradict what you've been saying about Trump, about this Smithsonian place up there. He's trying to change history.
No, he isn't.
He's trying to change the slavery history. He said he wants to make it in the good faith of America, make America look good to him, to satisfy him. So he's trying to change history as well, Kevin.
No, he's not.
What is that? What you classify it as then? What is
Wait a
strike?
minute, I'm on something else right now. Okay, I'm talking about Alabama.
You said that. You mentioned that, and you said that in the statement, saying this lady trying to change history. Trump trying to do the same thing.
She's trying to undo.
But it's okay when Trump tried to do it. Okay, all right.
No,
bye.
no, okay, I appreciate it. No, I don't think Trump trying to change it. I read a statement on Smithsonian, and I was in complete agreement with what he said. Okay, so anyway, moving right along. Okay, so Alabama State gave UAB all they can handle last night in the football game. ASU quarterback is the real deal. Well, you might actually get me to pay. You might actually get me to pay to go see a game one of these days. As long as it's not cold or raining, I'll do that. Okay. But anyway, UAB won 52-42, but that's good. That means Alabama State's on the move. Okay, good. As long as you're getting better. See, I don't really care sometimes if you win or lose a football game, but I do care how you play. I'm a football fanatic. Okay, not a fanatic, but I like the game because football gives us a look at every element of life. It really does, and I think that's why everybody is so crazy about football. It puts us. It makes life simple. The rules of life very simple. If you work hard, you may not win every game, but you'll get better. Well, that's sort of like life. You may not get every promotion. You may not get the fine car, but you put yourself in a position to get a car. If the quarterback is great, well, he shouldn't get the big head. It's just like your team leader at your job. If the team doesn't protect you, you're going to end up on your butt all the time. That's why I don't like NIL, name and likeness. I do not like that. I do not like. I think everybody on the football team should get a stipend. Okay, should get a stipend, and they shouldn't get paid for playing football in college. Okay, I think they should get a stipend. Everybody should get at least $2,000 a month. Let them buy, because for a while they wouldn't let them. They would not let them get a job or anything like that because I guess they were scared they would be influenced by their employer or what the case may be. So I think these football teams bring a lot of money in, a lot of money. Unlike the WNBA who can't survive unless the NBA gives them money, like $40 million. Yeah, they can't. And WNBA is the most useless sports franchise in the history of sports. Does anybody out there watch WNBA? I don't. Okay, if you can't dunk, okay, if you can't knock somebody out, I don't watch it. Okay, so the WNBA is useless. But Caitlin Clark is pretty good. I still say it's a man, but hey, that's just me. She looks like a man, and I think Brittany Griner's a man also. I don't care what they say. I know a woman and I know a man, and they look like men. Okay, I'm just saying. But be that as it may, at least they are playing the game. They're getting. Caitlin Clark is making people come to the games, and if nothing else, we give her kudos because him, whatever hell she is, we give her kudos that she's getting people interested in the WNBA. Okay, so I'm good, but WNBA is useless. I've never watched the game. As a matter of fact, I don't even like women's college basketball, but I look at a women's team before I look at a WNBA team. Okay, they're useless to me. I just can't. I can't. I mean, women are not men. Okay, and they don't play like men. They can't do what men do. But I understand they want to play basketball. That's cool. Okay, but WNBA sucks. Okay. Anyway, it's beginning of the football season, and I will be giving you my prognostications on games, and I'll be the Monday morning quarterback right here. Tell you why they won. I'm not really I don't keep up with statistics and stuff like that. I don't really care how many passes you throw, how many passes you catch, and all that stuff. I just care about what the final score was. I don't care if you won by 1 point. I don't care if you won by 50 points. A win is a win. And at the end of the day, as long as it's in the W column, we are good to go. Now, high school, are we going to have any more high school team? Is Jag going to have a high school football team? Wasn't they all in the gym the other day? And here's what I found. Here's what I found out what happened. Evidently, at Jag, if you don't want to eat breakfast or something like that, you get to go in the gym. which I mean, which is reasonable. You get to go in the gym till school starts, and that's cool. But evidently, they don't have many. They didn't have many um, people supervising those kids in that gym. And listen, let me give kudos to the guy who slung the kid to the ground. I appreciate that. Let him when he. I hope that he got the message of that. You may think you're a man, but you're not one. Okay, okay. Well, I'm on the day because I'm taking off Monday. Okay, I'm on the day because I'm taking off Monday, and I don't want to deny you guys of my presence. I wanted to just be here. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay. So if you want to give us a call, you can. 521-2963 is the number here, and moving right along to other things. So we finding out that being transgender ain't everything that it was supposed to be. Okay. And all these transgender people are going through mental psychosis. They're going through mental issues right now. Okay. Because it's hard to beat nature. I mean, you can look in the mirror, you can grow your hair, you can put a wig on, you're still a guy. Okay, you can even cut your thingamajigger off. You're still a guy without a thingamajigger now. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to think about that stuff before you start doing all that stuff. Okay, I'm just saying, but that's just me. That's just one man's opinion about life in general. Um, so anyway, a lot of things happened this week though. Um, a lot of things happened this week, and one of the things we talked about yesterday, 2 days ago, the things that help you be successful in life. I gave you the 50 brutally honest things that will make you successful in life. Uh, and this comes through experience, of course. But I don't know if y'all want to hear them again. Let me know. I'll let you. I'll tell you again. We talked about that. We talked about what else we talked about this week. We talked about the way Alabama Department of Corrections sends people to funerals with all shackled up and everything like that, and I just found that to be dehumanizing. Um, I know if you do something, you go to jail, and I feel you. I know what you're saying. If you don't do the time, if you don't do the crime, you don't have to do the time. I understand that philosophy. I understand that philosophy, but to make a man go to his parents or his daughter's funeral or whatever, shackled from feet and hands, and the hands connected to the feet with the shackle. I just think that's dehumanizing. Um, I say put something on his feet. He can't hug nobody, especially if he's in jail, maybe for drugs and not necessarily killing anybody, anything like that. I think that's cruel. I think that's cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, let a man give a man some dignity, because when you take his dignity away, he has nothing else to lose. Okay, so I'm just saying, we might want to change that rule. I mean, and if he's that, let me put it this way: if he's that dangerous, okay, if he's that dangerous, then why are we letting him out at all? If you got to make him look like a monster just going to a funeral, then don't take him. I rather not see him go. Okay, I rather not. Don't let him go. Just let him um, stay in jail until his term is up, whatever the case may be. Okay. So we also talked about a woman, a former Alabama state employee, was convicted of stealing $100,000 in public Medicaid funds. Okay, so let me get this right. I got a guy in Louisiana stealing, making $9 million. A woman in Louisiana making $9 million, but yet and still putting in for Medicaid funds. I got a woman here who's working for Medicaid, but stealing $100,000, and you wonder why we can't seem to have enough money to do things. And this is what Trump was talking about. How much fraud is going on in these agencies? How much fraud is going on in these agencies? But anyway, a former Alabama state employee was convicted of stealing $100,000 in public Medicaid funds, according to the Attorney General Steve Marshall's office. Natalie Colette Lewis, 60 years old, she know better, of Montgomery pled guilty to aggravated theft of property. Now, not only does she loses whatever benefits, retirement benefits that she has. Okay, Lewis entered 1,631 claims for transportation expenses on behalf of her son, a Medicaid recipient, for medical appointments that never happened. And in total, she received $103,413 for the falsified claims, which she used for personal expenses. Public service is a responsibility, okay? It is not personal financial opportunity, according to the article. When employees violate that duty for personal gain, it is direct assault on the taxpayers. Well, I don't think they really care about the taxpayers, to tell you the truth, but I'm with you. Lewis had been employed at the Medicaid place since 2006. She just got to, and she had 3 previous felony convictions at the time she was hired, but lied on her application, claiming she had none. She received a restoration of rights pardon, for those convictions in 2017, according to the AG's office. She faces up to 30 years in prison, which I think is way too much, but that's okay. A $60,000 fine, and could be forced to forfeit her state retirement benefits. Her sentencing is set for October the 2nd. I mean, that is so they restored her rights, and she still stole from. I mean, come on, I understand. I don't understand. I mean, the fact of the matter is, they found out later she had 3 convictions, and she said, and they still let her work. I mean, listen, you can't ask for more than that. You really can't ask for more than that. But anyway, that's just the way it goes sometimes. And some people, some people just don't know when to quit. Okay, or they should know to quit sometimes. Anyway, suspect in the deadly 2024 Montgomery shooting has been charged. Police say Cardine Poole, 32, is charged with the murder of 30-year-old Marcus Bellinger, who he fatally shot on August the 13th, 2024. The incident happened at the 4600 block of Virginia Loop Road. Drones and drugs and phones. Now, this is another thing I don't quite understand. People working for the Department of Corrections bringing in drugs. And now we got slick about it. We're using a drone to drop them off. Woo! Is our education system, do we teach logic and reason in public high school anymore? Do we not teach that? I mean, you got to know, if you work at the prison system, you got to know that they're looking at you. Okay? And if you don't know that, then McDonald's is calling your name. McDonald's might even not want you. May be in there, I don't know, trying to steal the frozen burger patties. I mean, I don't know. Really, Montgomery man is accused of using a drone to try to deliver phones to inmates at Fountain Correctional Facility, wherever that is. According to the court documents, 32-year-old Jesse Maynard was planning on using a drone to drop a package of 29 cell phones into the prison. The Alabama Department of Corrections said the K-9 officer spotted Maynard's Jeep near the prison on July the 29th and took him into custody. I guess he was controlling his drone from there. His bond is $250,000. So now he lost his job, reputation going up the snot, all because we got greedy. He is charged with 4 counts of distribution of a controlled substance, drug trafficking, 2 counts of promoting prison contraband, and possession of marijuana. Okay, that's just another saga in the prison guard issue, because a lot of prisoners evidently, I don't know. I guess it's a hard job to find people to do. I guess I don't know. I thought about putting in for one the other day. I was looking at the application, but I just don't think I want to, because when you're a prison guard, aren't you sort of like a prisoner too? I mean, you get paid, you get to go home, but you stuck behind them bars all day long. Nah. And then I would be too nice. See, I would be too nice if I was a prison guard. I wouldn't last long. I think that the warden would call me in the office one day and said, everybody ain't cut out for this job, and you one of them. So see you later. Okay, and that's what he would do. Okay, so I'm just saying, yeah. Normally I don't do this on Friday. I don't. But I'm doing it today because I'm not going to be here Monday. Okay. So we talked about Cracker Barrel changing their logo, which I think the fallout, and they just changed it this month. Okay, they just changed it. Their market value, the negative reception led to a sharp drop in stock prices of about 7%. Okay, with roughly equated to $100 million, with declines ranging from 12 to 13%. So, and you got investor skepticism, because anything you do in a business can change the perception of that business, which reflects itself, in the stock market. Okay, so I'm just saying, I don't know why they did it, but the impact has not been good of changing Cracker Barrel's signage. Okay, now I never really even knew it was a white guy. I never knew. I just saw a caricature of a guy sitting in a, so I don't know. Now, here's something that I meant to bring up early part of the week, and I didn't get an opportunity to do it because I was busy doing other things. Texas, and I'm with them on this. Texas is a state, the first U.S. state to officially ban Islamic Sharia law. Outstanding. Sharia law is inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States of America. And even though I know Michigan has a community full of Muslims, which I ain't got no problem against Muslims at all, but they got it. But Sharia law in America, I'm sorry, that dog ain't gonna hunt. Okay. Now the question is this: what is Sharia law? Sharia law is an Islamic religious law. It is a broad system that covers personal morality, family matters, contracts, inheritance, and in some interpretation, criminal and governmental systems. In the U.S., the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So only those parts of some interpretation of Sharia law conflict with the Constitution of the United States. And here are the main areas of conflict with Sharia law and the United States. Some traditional interpretation of Sharia law are prescribed punishment for apostasy, okay, leaving Islam, okay, or blasphemy, criticizing Islam or the Prophet Muhammad. Why is it inconsistent? It is inconsistent because in the United States, people have the constitutional right to change or reject their own religion or accept, and to speak critically. Now, this is where they ain't gonna like us, to speak critically of that religion if they want to. Okay, so it's inconsistent because without government punishment. Now, here's another one that's inconsistent of Sharia law, Islam conflict. The conflict is in countries where Sharia is state law. The speech deemed offensive to Islam or Muhammad can be criminalized. Why is it inconsistent with the United States of America? Well, it is because the U.S. Constitution protects offensive, unpopular, and even blasphemous speech. And I'm all for that because sooner or later they'll get paid for what they say. So Sharia law is not going to work in the United States. No, that ain't going to happen. Now let's look at equal protection and civil rights under the 14th Amendment. What is the conflict between Sharia law and the tradition and our law? Well, the conflict is this: traditional Sharia gives men and women unequal rights in areas such as inheritance, testimony in court, and divorce. Non-Muslims may also have fewer legal rights under some of these interpretations. Well, it is inconsistent again with the United States of America. Why inconsistent? Well, the U.S. Constitution law requires equal protection under the laws, regardless of your gender or whatever the case may be. I'm feeling you on that. I understand that. Okay, cruel and unusual punishment. Now this one right here, I'm almost for. I'm almost for this one. Where's the conflict with the Constitution? Well, some interpretations of Sharia law calls for corporal punishment, which I am for, such as flogging, stoning, or amputation of certain crimes. Okay, yeah, I'm with you on that one. The only thing I like there is maybe it wouldn't hurt to be flogged. I mean, listen, you stealing people's stuff, you're breaking in their car. I mean, you're flogging. Now I don't want to cut off your hand. I don't want to cut off your hand. We all make mistakes, and you got a right to redeem yourself. We don't want to cut off your hand and stuff like that. But it is inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States. Okay, because the United States requires such punishments should be considered cruel and unusual. Now, I don't think corporal punishment is cruel and unusual. I mean, I think most people who start doing things, they know when they're doing something wrong. I mean, they know when they know that there's a consequence to be paid. Okay. But the flogging thing, okay, forget the flogging. But corporal punishment, here's what I'm thinking. If you got a choice, you go to jail, or you can be paddled with a big paddle, grown people's paddle, at a Biscuits baseball game. Like during the 7th inning, we bring you out, we march you out there, we put the wood on you, and then let you go. Okay, and you get to do it on screen. Now that's right. You're everybody's going to know your face at that point. Know that you stole something from Walmart. Okay, maybe that's not right. Okay, we won't put them on face, but we'll cover them up. We'll put a mask on their face, and then bend them over the horse rail, and then put a piece of wood on them. I think that'd be all right. Yeah, I'm good on corporal punishment, especially in public high school. I'm good on that one. But okay, we don't want to flog people. Okay, so I'll just leave that alone. Now, due process, and Fifth and Fourth Amendments. Conflict. In some Sharia-based system, trials lack procedural protection, like some of ours do too, such as the right to a jury trial, the right to confront witnesses, or equal evidentiary standards, e.g., women testimony being valued less than men's. I don't know if I'm against that one either. I'll leave that alone. Wood is good. That's true. I don't know. See, here's the problem with women's testimony. Often, it's filled with emotion. Filled with emotion. I mean, women have been known to lie on a brother, just lie on him big time, because, like they'll say, "Well, I think he touched my daughter." Oh my Lord! And she convinces the daughter that her dad touched her. So now the man's reputation, his job, his survival is left up to the whims of people who, and if you're like me, anytime that you mess with a child, to me, you are lower than whale crap. Okay. But how do we know you did it? That's the question. And once your reputation is ruined, you can never, ever get it back. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe women's testimony should be less valuable than men. Okay, unless we can give them a polygraph test or something before they testify. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, now here's one right here that establishment of religion, which is in our First Amendment. The conflict with Sharia law is this: when applied as a state law, it merges religion and government. And if that be the case, we all be in jail. Okay. Now, why is it inconsistent with the U.S. Constitution prohibits the government from establishing or enforcing the tenets of the laws of any religion? Okay. So that's not good. Okay. So now, if you are Islam, a Muslim, and you want to practice Sharia law in your own house, well, that's up to you. But the minute and Texas had said, "No, we're not going to play. We are not going to intertwine that in our legal system, not one iota." And I absolutely agree with them. And it's a good thing because we just don't we just don't want to do that, especially when it comes to blasphemy. Because people who say they don't believe in God, they be dead. Okay, I mean they just be done with. I think that let God be the final judge of that one. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. So now, people who are always talking about Trump, they got Trump derangement syndrome. Okay. Well, what'd he do for black people? What'd he do for black people? Okay. So I did a little research and I found out. Okay. It wasn't necessarily for black people, but it's for black institutions. Okay. In 2019, Trump signed the Future Act, which permanently provides $255 million, okay, per year to minority serving institutions. And of that, 85 million annually to specifically earmark to HBCUs. Okay. Here's something happening in 2020. HBCUs Partner Act in 2020. In 2020, Trump signed the HBCU Partners Act, which requires federal agencies to submit annual plans to improve HBCU access to grant programs. Okay. Hurricane relief funds in 2018. Trump authorized roughly $322 million in hurricane-related relief for HBCUs in 2018. Okay. This year, the White House initiated on HBCUs this year. On April 23rd, 2025, Trump signed an executive order establishing a White House initiative on HBCUs, transferring the initiative directly under the executive office of the president, which, while it's notable symbolic and structural change to promote HBCU capacity, it does not specify an exact financial figure, and that we'll deal with that later on. So again, the lies that people tell on Trump, I mean, it's obvious, okay, but they always lie on the guy. I mean, Trump doesn't do everything I like. Okay. Again, I'm ticked off about the way we're treating people here. Yeah, they came here illegally, but I'm not. I'm not fronting it. And again, nobody's answered my question yet. Okay, nobody's answered my question yet. What's the problem? I understand it leads to chaos and disorder, but what is the problem if we got more land in America with nobody on it? So what? I'm trying to figure out what is the problem. Are we a little bit prejudiced in America? Wait a minute. That's not even a question that should be asked. Why are we a little bit prejudiced in America? Okay, because I surely hate to see. I mean, most of these people come here, they're just working. They're just working. I got some neighbors that are Spanish. Listen, and I've never seen people work. If I had to work as hard as them, I'd quit. They work. They just work. They work and drink Modelo. I like Modelo, as a matter of fact. Well, I don't like Modelo, but it looks like it's good. I never tasted it yet, but I have. But I told my son, if I live to be 70 years old, which gives me another almost year and a half, I'm going to have me a drink. Okay. The question is, what would be my first drink of alcohol? So I'm going to take suggestions. Okay. Should it be beer? Should it be wine? Or should it be Hennessy? Okay. That's what I need to know. Okay. And somebody find the keys, take the keys from me before I ever take my first drink of alcohol. Because I don't want to get drunk and go out there and think I can drive. Okay. I'm prejudiced against, well, we all are. But everybody coming across everybody coming here is not a criminal. And I got to tell you, even if the Mexican government or some other government did say they were criminals, I'm not going to take that. If they didn't do anything over here, then I ain't worried about it. Okay. But now, if you bring those gang affiliations to this country, and then you try to reconstitute, like the MS-13 and all those things, and then you reconstitute that crap over here. Oh yeah, we got something for you. But I'm not. Other countries. Listen, we got people in jail in Montgomery, Alabama, in prison, who didn't do it, but somebody said they did. Now, and we have a halfway, not perfect, but a decent justice system. So countries that don't have justice systems at all, you really going to take their word that their citizens are crooks? I mean, really, are we really going to believe that? Really? Not me. I wouldn't believe that. No. Okay. Wood is good. I'm with that. Okay. I know wood is good. I'm good. Okay. Again, want to thank I mean, it's almost 9:30. I said I was going to say it to 9:30. I'm glad that ASU won a game. Well, they didn't win, but they came close, so I'm good with that. Okay. So now I'll do some great things with the football team out there, and I'm going to go buy me something that says ASU on it. Okay, I never had that before. Okay, I've been so used to Notre Dame, and me, I went to Chaminade for a little while up in Honolulu, so I didn't, and they didn't win. Chaminade is only named for one thing. They beat a basketball team one time. I think they had the real tall basketball players on it, and they beat them in one of those tournaments. And then since then, we ain't won a game. They didn't win a game. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, man, I can't believe it's time for me to go. Okay then. Well, I've had a great morning with you guys. I did Friday today because I'm only going to be here Monday. But I gotta go because I gotta go do something here. So you guys be safe this weekend. If you have no place to go, stay home. I hope and I mean this with all sincerity in my own heart. I really hope we can get through this weekend without anybody dying in the next 4 days. Okay, I did. Nobody getting shot. There's always people that die, but not shot. Can we have a criminal's day off? Okay, can we have a criminal's day off for this weekend? Okay, I mean, start up again on Monday. Do what you got to do, but can we have one weekend with nobody being shot by somebody else? So that is what that is my prayer for this weekend. It's a weekend that we should be festive. We should get together with our families, and we should, be alive Monday. Oh, here's another thing too. What is this unalive thing? Are we politically prohibited from saying somebody's dead? I mean, unalive don't make it any better. We're saying unalive. What the hell does that mean? Unalive. I'm getting so sick and tired of political correctness. I don't know what to do. Okay, somebody got killed. Ain't somebody got unalived. Okay, because if you kill, then you are not alive. Okay, unalive. Give me a break. That's like that to me. That's like saying I'm a transgender. Ugh. But anyway, I know. I don't ask me. Somebody said, "Do you got some transgender tendencies? Maybe you want to be a girl, and maybe that's why you hate it so much." Okay, if you think that, you're crazier than I am. No, again, here's my reasoning. If you cannot believe in the basic premise, the basic tenets of our species, then I don't believe anything you say. If you really believe that you can turn yourself into a female because you think you can, then you don't need to be any place in charge of anything that deals with people. I'm sorry, you don't. Now, if you tell me you think you're a woman, I'm good. I'm good with that. If you say I feel like a woman, hey, no problem. There have been times in my life I feel like a woman too. Okay, but not lately. Okay, not once I figured out that they had different plumbing than I did. Okay, so I'm good. Anyway, time's up. I just did this for you guys today. I came on the air with you guys today, and we got to get out of here right now. So. Anything else y'all want before I go? Anybody want to call me and wish me happy Labor Day or something like that? Anything like that? I mean, really? Nobody's. call me and give me a combo check one more time before I go for the weekend? I got the number up there somewhere. Okay, I got the number up there. Okay, I'm not going to leave till somebody calls and says Happy Labor Day. I'm just going to hang right here until somebody calls and tells me Happy Labor Day. Okay. Okay, so there's the number right there. Somebody call, wish me Happy Labor Day, then I'm gone. Okay, I'm not going to leave till then. I'm leaving. Well, hey, show me that you love me. Show me that you care. Okay, there's a number right there. Just call me and say Happy Labor Day. All right. Come on now. Somebody do it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Don't make me beg. Okay, really. That's that's all I'm looking for. Just, you know, I'm waiting. I'm ready to go. I gotta go. But somebody call me. Wish me Happy Labor Day. That's all I'm at. Okay, I'll just sit right here then. Look at the mirror. I'm waiting. All I want is just one call. Somebody just says Happy Labor Day, and I'm good. Okay. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Hey, Frank. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
Okay.
Happy Labor Day.
Thank you very much. You got tired of me looking at the screen, right?
I was tired of you begging.
Good. Well, I don't mind begging at all. Depends on what I'm begging for. Hey.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. I gotta go. I gotta go now. So see y'all later. I gotta go and do some stuff. It worked. Again, it is not the falling down that gives us strength. It's when we get up every time we do. Some of us fall, get up, fall, get back up, fall again. That's okay. Keep getting up. We'll be back. We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great day. Again, pray for a successful holiday weekend that nobody gets killed. Nobody shoots anybody. You know what? Can we use that love thing that we always talk about we do? Okay? Have a great day.